Let's rock, yeah, top 10.
Kick back on them in the whip that's foreign. Drip drop on them with a chick that's gorgeous.
And then just in regards to, I wanted to ask you about, we were having this debate, me and some of my boys, about writing your lyrics. Mm-hmm. Is that very important, or someone else writing your lyrics?
100%.
From an MC standpoint, like, what do you think?
I think that's important as shit. Like, how are you an artist and you're not writing your own? It's like a cook who's presenting food that he didn't make, kind of like, you know.
That's a good example. That's a dope example.
You know, well, it's true, and it's like, to each their own. I mean, like, I know Cardi doesn't write all her own shit, but it's like, I get it when people like Nicki get like in their feelings when they're being compared to artists who don't write their own shit when they do write their own shit, because it's like, how are you gonna compare two people when you had a whole team writing one song and one unique individual writing the next, you know what I mean? So it's like, because it's like, what would Nicki's song sound like if she had 10 writers on her shit,
Very
you
true.
know? So it's like, it's hard to compare that.
My boy gave an example, and tell me what you think. He says that once you get to a certain level, you get too big. You don't have the time because you're doing so many things. You're diversifying yourself, right? So now you might be doing, commercials. You might be doing food. You might be doing other things too, right? Your money's going in a lot of different places. You don't have time to write.
Right.
So should we discredit that person for no longer writing if they did it initially and then they stopped because of they're now an artist, right? So they become a machine.
Right.
So people feed the machine. So they go, here, I wrote this for you, just spit it, and then
Right.
the song's done. But
And
you're an MC, so.
And sometimes you're in the studio and like you're just writing and somebody shoots off like a thing and you're like, oh, that's sick. So it's like, to what degree does it count as somebody else writing your own shit? But yeah, I don't know. I need to write my own shit. I get it. It's like when you're busy and stuff like that, and especially when you get the fame and everything, I feel like you'd have a harder time relating because you get lost in the sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even like being in the city too long because I feel like I get lost in the sauce here.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, so I get it. I get why people would get people to write their shit, but is it the right thing to do when that's your career and what you're known for doing? I don't know. You know?
What are from a financial standpoint, what are budgets like? Like, how much money do you need to invest to do what you're doing?
You need quite a bit of money to invest, but I mean, it depends. Like, don't not do what you love because you don't have 20K in the bank right now. Like, you know, like if you got a band, like you could start from there. Like, it starts with your studio time, and then your engineers, your producers, and then if you want to make your way to music video, then you need a little bit more to work with. But honestly, like, if you're sick with your shit and you're optimistic, like, you can make nothing out of, like, you can make something out of nothing, basically. Like,
Right.
you know, like my Take Notes music video was basically all a collab. Like, I just reached out to everybody. My girl's like, why are you asking them? They're gonna say no. And it's like, no, like, if they say no, it is what it is. Like, at least I asked. And it's like, I ended up getting like my videographer to collab, outfit, makeup, hair, like all that, you know what I mean? So I ended up only paying for the Airbnb for the spot. So
Oh,
it
that's
was
dope.
like,
That's good.
yeah, so I saved enough money. Like, it's not the best quality, but when you're coming up as an artist, it's like, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's good advice to give the people that want to do
Yeah,
it.
definitely. You have to, because everybody making it look like it's easy out here and everybody's like on their shit. Everybody got Cuban links, but it's like, it's not, we struggling out here still. It's like,
and you wipe it, it turns brown or something right away. You know?
yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it sometimes. Like, shit, I remember my faking video, I was trying to rent a fucking chinchilla coat fur, and I was just like trying to do the most, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm not even here yet. Like, I don't even fuck with fur. I'm a vegetarian. Like,
Exactly. So obviously there's something to be said about just being authentic to who you are. You don't
Yeah.
need to try to emulate everything else that's already seen in
Right.
these videos.
I mean, it's like, because you could still be authentic, but you like other styles, right? And as you grow, your style's like obviously gonna change, right? I fuck with the fur coats. I like the fur coats, but I'm like,
Right.
if it was a fake fur coat, I would have liked it better. But then everybody be talking shit because I'm wearing fake fur. So
Right.
I'm like, there's no winning. So you definitely just gotta be confident, like I said earlier, and just, you know, like, do what you want to do and do what you love. Like, because as long as you're cool with you, then fuck what everybody else says.
Absolutely.
On them in the whip that's foreign. Drip drop on them with a chick that's gorgeous.